Hey, what's up guys, Control here, coming back with another episode of Wild Basics. Today we're going to be talking about Kingsbane Mill Rogue. This is a really sweet, fun wild deck, even though it doesn't feature too many wild cards. Check us out. Converted to standard, it's only the one gang up and two Tinker's Sharpsword oils that are, in fact, the wild cards from the deck. Do not like getting messages when I'm live. But yeah, so those are the only cards. Hey guys, Control here. Welcome back to another episode of Wild Basics. Today we'll be focusing on Kingsbane Mill Rogue. It's a pretty sweet deck in Wild, even though it doesn't feature too many wild cards itself. So let's take a look at it. It's really just the gang up and then two Tinker's Sharpsword oils that are in the deck that are wild cards. That being said, that the deck is a wonderful wild deck. Obviously a lot of the cards are brand new, so that's why most of the cards are not wild exclusive. But the two wild exclusive cards really do come in handy in the deck. Gang up for allowing you to copy a Cold Light Oracle and just allowing you to mill a little bit more is really, really awesome. Just so you can go ahead and get those 3 extra Cold Lights and beat the slow decks up with that. Even, you know, in faster matchups, sometimes you can gang up like Righteous Protector or something, draw into that, and then play that to stabilize for a little while, which is really good. And then Oil, obviously, is one of the cornerstones of the deck. What it does is it gives you weapon plus 3 attacks, so you can wait till after Valera, and then go ahead and use the Oil, and then use the Death Shadow passive effect to copy that Oil again and buff up your Kingsbane by 6. And if you do that with both your Oils, that's already a 13-3 Kingsbane, which is insane. And you add the Deadly Poisons on top of it, and you've got a really big weapon. Some card inclusions people might question is double Leeching Poison. You just run 2, so you draw 1. I used to play with just 1, and that was fine, but I figured it's just a lot better to have the Lifesteal against aggro decks, so I wanted to include 2 in this deck. Could also ask why no 2 gang ups. I think 1's usually enough. I don't really want to have 2 of them. It's one of the more dead cards against fast decks, and I don't really want dead cards against fast decks. Another cool inclusion in Kingsbane Rogue is Blade Flurry, the post-nerf version, 4 mana. Destroy weapon and deal its damage to all minions. Turns out that's pretty good when your weapon shuffles itself back in your deck, and it has like 15 power. So that's pretty good. And yeah, that's about the deck. I mean, it has a very interesting playstyle, and it's one that I think is really fun. If you have the dust to go ahead and make this deck, I would say try it out. It's not the most expensive list in the entire world, but I will say it's one of the more fun ones. So it's a decent intro. Let's hop into some games now and talk through some plays. Druid's not always that bad. A lot of the time they are just playing slower decks, which is really good for us. So we want Minstrel because that'll draw us Cold Light and Shiny Finder most of the time. Don't necessarily want any weapon buffs though. Hey, thanks for the host, Danny. How's your stream? Welcome, guys. But just gonna keep these. The weapon buffs are really good, but I need the weapon first. Is the logic behind that. Okay, other than Minstrel, this hand's really dead. Blade Flurry is not really good against this deck. I guess you can Blade Flurry like Spreading Plague, but we don't really play minions anyways. It's kind of weird. If it's Jade, it's a little bit better, I guess. If it's Melee, it's bad. But if he's playing Jade Druid, we should just win anyways. Saps and Vanishes are so good against that deck. Am I? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I feel like I have a bit of a cold though, so it's not that great. But Kingsbane Miracle Rogue though, ayy. It's gonna dagger and probably pass. I just want to coin Minstrel next turn, and I'll probably be playing the minions for the next couple turns, so I don't think hitting makes any sense. This is a wonderful comment. Why the fuck do I get high rolled all the time? It's an interesting question though. Tough turn 3. Do we play Jade Blossom or Hero Power? Hero Power. Figured it out. We figured it out. Okay, coin the Minstrel. Shiny Man, Greenskin, and Cold Light. Cold Light's not terrible. I'd like to have a Shadow Sep though, or a gang up with that. Really good card after they play UI. Cold Light just kind of dumpsters them, especially if they're Mally, because they can just overdraw their combo pieces. It's really funny. I got the Shadow Sep, so we are going to play the Cold Light. Vanish and Oil, okay, and then we do need to prep something, so you can prep Sap, I guess, or prep Fan Cycles 1 card that we can Shadow Step to. That seems better than Sap. We're at 9 cards, this is 1 mana, so we just pass here. We could Dagger it, I guess. He can't attack with the Ironwood Golem anyway, so I do think that I want to make that bump. It's just whether we want to pass or not now. What are we doing? I don't want to play Greenskin next turn. I might actually just do it though. Let's get a swing in, we'll see. Seems like a waste. I think it's fine though. I'm ramping those crystals, my man. Ramping those crystals. Kind of freaky. Shiny boy. That's what we like to see, guys. That's what we like to see. Shiny boy into probably just like Hero Power Kingsbane. Let's play the Hero Power for fun. There's no reason to do it. So next up we can start using weapon buffs, which is awesome. We're going to be at 10 cards, so we don't really want to play Cold Light. Greenskin seems good though. I always like to hold the oils if I can, but it's also really good to just play aggressively a lot of the time. Behemoth, so he has Jades going for a little bit more of the tempo build. I don't really like just main decking the Behemoths in that deck. Never really been a big fan of it. Shiny Finder number 2 is really good. So we're just going to go Greenskin plus the swing into the 3-2 Golem. And pass. Looking for like a Leeching Poison. That'd be really, really good. And I would almost go as far to say as guarantee that we win. It's a little bit cocky at this point in the game. That's not a big deal though. Valeera is the only card we care about overdrawing really because we have Kingsbane in the hand already. Flurry fans irrelevant. Gangup's kind of a big deal too. I guess it's like the cards that are good to overdraw is like Prep, 1 Leeching Poison. I'd rather have it. Minstrel's really good to overdraw at this point because we don't need that. Valeera is probably just the worst though. Most likely the worst, at least. Ow. My hand is too full. Yeah, so it's kind of shitty. It's all good though. So we can Vanish Cold Light. It's not very good though, because then again, it's the same thing where we're milling ourselves. We can Sap Cold Light, Sap the Iron with Cold Light. It's probably fine. Just does something this turn. Sap Cold Light into Oil, and then swing into the 3-6 Behemoth. I can't math. 5 does not equal 6. It's probably still fine though. We're actually really low in range of dying really fast. So that swing was terrible. Just for heads up. And then I'm gonna Shadow Step it again. This swing made absolutely no sense. Welcome to Control Stream, where he slowly wakes up and realizes that his life total is relevant when he's playing this deck and he overdraws Leeching Poison. Okay, so no Fandral in the deck, or it's in his hand. Most likely in the hand, I guess. That makes more sense than not having it in the deck. Opponent just wants to mirror my mistakes and draw his last, which is good. So next turn we're actually going to try and think a little bit before we do anything. Should be good. So we definitely didn't do that last turn. So Deadly Poison, really good card. We want to play that. Could Deadly Poison Vanish Cold Light? Draw 2 cards, negative 3 cards.
So many options.
Look for the Leeching. Prep, never prep. It's not an idol, so it doesn't really matter. Again, you should only have 1 idol on the deck, but milling the swipe's really big because it means we're just not going to be dead next turn. And with the Leeching Poison, I actually feel pretty good now. I just have to survive this turn, really, and then we're good to go. Can't UI, which is really good for us as well. Swipe has most of his reach, to be honest. I mean, he doesn't really have any other cards that just hit me in the head. But it's kind of funny. Cold Light's already been really, really good, but we haven't even gained it up yet. Spellstone's really good. Heads up play from him to just remove it. It's good. Did he just spellstone his own minion? I guess the 1/1's not really relevant. He's kind of scared of Vanish number 2. That's weird. If we Valero, we will overdraw. I don't really see a reason to do it this turn either. It doesn't make too much sense here. Just like Leeching Poison, swing into the Behemoth, do Meringue, the 2/2, then re-equip the Kingsbane. We heal a bunch of this line. And it honestly just kind of makes up for my misplay earlier, because now we heal a bunch and we're kind of out of range of dying easily now. Which is really, really nice for us. Again, this is a game where I didn't play too well. Again. The whole bump into the Behemoth thing was a really, really bad play and made it actually fairly likely that he could kill me. It's okay though, first game of the day, and again, I have a cold right now, so not super alert or awake. Will be my excuse. I think we're doing this really good is just perpetually making it so he can't UI, which is really good. Just having to dump his hand now, which is not good at all. Continuing to ramp up the Jades, and now we can do the oil thing with Valera, which is really cool. So you swing first, then go stealth with Valera. And we'll be good to go. The reason I could Valera last turn is because the Valera passive counts as a card in your hand. So I would overdraw otherwise, and I really didn't want to overdraw the oil, the deadly poison, or the gang up in my deck. One cool thing you can do in this deck as well is actually gang up your green skin, which is another way to buff up you know, your Kingsbane really. that's him trying to UI my face and realizing you can't. That's super funny. That was really funny. I love that drag, dude. I have a cold light oracle. Yes, you're right, dude. You're right. Nice pun. I like it. I have a cold light oracle. Good one, dude. Good one. There's a gang up. Just gonna go oil into oil here. And there's a juicy weapon we're talking about. And I'll tell you where that's gonna go. Face. Every time. I'm curious as to whether I think sap is good or not here. I don't think it is. It's kind of just unnecessary, and it's actually quite fortunate that we're playing against Jade, as we've only milled 4 cards from him. We didn't really have the opportunity to go that hard for this game. You can also argue that I would have played with a different mindset against a Mali Druid if we figured out he was playing Mali earlier, where I really tried to go for the mills. Should probably be true. But this game we really haven't had the opportunity to do too much as far as milling stuff goes. Could naturalize the 1/5. Summons, go. I mean, this seems pretty good. Again, it's the whole thing with the thick weapons, where it's just like, oh, that's juicy, dude. 17-2 Kingsbane, man. This deck, you just really gotta love playing these slow matchups. I'm just gonna jam the damage phase. I want to Doomerang next turn, that's why this is fine. If he doesn't gain armor, it sets it up. He will most likely gain armor, but in the case that he doesn't, it does win me the game. You might just go for like a line where he plays taunts, and then if he does that, I can just Blade Flurry, Cavern Shiny Finder, and then play the Kingsbane, which is really good. Idle, okay, that's good. That's one card that we'll almost just instantly win with if we do mill it. Goes for the growth. I wonder if I'll go for the Scarab Beetle here. I don't feel like he will because my weapon is a 17-1. He does. Okay, that's just going to be game. Really good for us then, I mean. Now we can vanish and just hit him in the head. I wouldn't say that was a very clean game. Again, I did misplay this one. We got the W. Again, it's a favorite matchup. This kind of just shows that you can win in good matchups, basically. Cycle through your deck, buff up your weapon, and hit them in the head. I do not, buddy, no. Pyro Warrior is a little bit tough. By a little bit, I mean a lot tough. Sometimes they're Control Warriors. Maybe I do just keep the Minstrel. I think I just need to get Leeching Poison, though, to be honest, with Kingsbane and Dudley. Oh, wow. That's a fast, thick weapon. The problem is against Pirate Warrior, you just need to be able to heal. So cards like Doomerang or King, to be honest. Sometimes it's not right to just play Kingsbane on one, but with the buffs in hand, I think it is. No way. Is it actually Control Warrior? It could actually just be Control Warrior. I feel like I could pass here. I might be able to just hold this forever and use it with Valera later. It is. Wow, okay. That's good for us at least. I mean, now the real question is what do we want to do? Because we can't lose to tempo in this matchup. We can lose to tempo. But making him draw with this is good. I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to just like fan and pass, so I think I will. It gives him higher odds of having like a Belcher or Direhorn Ashling on turn 5, but I just want to do it, man. Because I need more cards. I have Vanishes anyways, so. Patron, huh? Control Warriors right now are running just Blood Razor, I believe, so. This might actually just be Patron Warrior that we're going to see come down next turn. I don't have a Blade Flare either, so this is actually quite bad. I think I'm going to coin Deadly Poison and play Minstrel. Okay, so that's not good then if he is playing Patron. It'd be cool if he was, but he could just be Control Warrior DB. It's the fun part about being, you know, dumpster ranks and wild legend ladder is you get a queue into people who are just like playing their fun homebrews basically. These are the type of guys that get legend with just like Aggro Paladin, and then like they just net deck like the best Aggro Paladin deck, and then they just fuck around all day with fun decks. Yeah, so it is Patron with the Aggro. Wow. Really weird that he commits that then. I don't really agree with that, actually. Because he doesn't even... Like, he should have swung into the Minstrel so we got an extra draw. Like, that whole turn just seemed kind of off to me, to be honest. Just gonna fan. Greenskin's really good. Yeah, I don't think I can agree with that turn from him, because if he swung into the Minstrel, he would be at 29 health he could draw to. But even just committing the Death Bite is just not very good when you are trying to play Patrons. So a little bit of a weird misstep there, I think. Four 3 weapons are strong. Don't think I really want to swing this turn. I'd probably Cold Light plus Oil next turn. Yeah, I don't think that I need to get 4 damage in right now. I don't feel like I'm racing anybody. Like I feel like I have time. Even if he goes for a Patron board, if I don't have Blade Flurry, Vanishes, honestly. Crush. Okay. I feel like I can just pass until Valera now. I do want to Cold Light though, even though I feel like I can do that. Because there are a lot of good cards that I can get. Like the Blade Flurry, like the Leeching Poison, cards like that. Now I can just play one Oil. I'm not going to play the second one, but I will swing here. Because I do have Minstrel, which will get me a Shiny Finder, I believe, every time now. Yes, it's literally a guaranteed Shiny Finder, because the only minions I have in the deck are 2 Shiny Finders and 1 Cold Light, so we always have the refill with the weapon, and we have Doomerang in hand too, so it only makes sense to start swinging once it's like 7+ power. Okay. Crom Dog. Okay. Ooh, man. Could Vanish this. He would probably just play Crom Dog again, though, is the problem. My issue is I don't want to Oil before I play Valera. The difference between 10 and 13 is pretty big. Maybe it's not like actually big enough to worry about. Because the 10 power weapon's still really huge. Yeah, I don't think I worry about it. Am I Blade Flurrying? Am I doing the Doomerang stuff? I think I can just do this. Prep, Flurry, Shiny Finder, and then play it again. Nice thing is, Raw Face only triggers when it stays alive after it takes damage. I think the card might actually be like somewhat viable if it was just like whenever this minion takes damage, not survives damage. Because then you get 1 guaranteed legendary, assuming it's not, you know, something like Siphon Soul that removes it. But the fact that it has to survive damage is really rough. And there's a Patron. Patron Whirlwind. Fortunately for us, Valir the Hollow gives us stealth, so he can't hit us in the face, which is really nice. And I feel like this matchup isn't necessarily that tough either because of vanishes, but you know, I think we got a good pan out with Valir in our opening hand and then a bunch of weapon buffs early on, right? Like, our hand ended up being really good. We were assuming Pirate Warrior actually. In my mulligan, I could have probably just full capped if I knew that it was going to be Patron Warrior. But, I mean, we didn't know that, obviously. But here we should be in a good spot to win, and shouldn't have any issues kind of closing this one out. Non-golden patrons, man. Those always trigger me. I used to be a Patron Warrior one trick, and I don't know. I couldn't play without my golden patrons. It's my first all-golden deck. Remember I did really well one semester in uni, and I told myself I got like in the middle of like an A and A plus average at least, I would get I would craft like a Hearthstone deck fully golden. So then I like full crafted Patron Warrior golden. Felt pretty good. Here though we can just Leeching Poison, hit face and vanish, and that's basically all we need to do to win. Heal up a little bit, vanish, and then say, hey man, I know you have 5 patrons that you can replay, but they're all 5 mana, so good luck with that. It's so rough from dude. Revenge and Patron Warrior is weird. Your life total gets low fast. I don't know about that one. Armor up. And Garrosh, okay, the Battle of the Death Knights now. The Warrior DKs always seem kind of weird to me, because I feel like it doesn't really do that much a lot of the time. Compared to a lot of other Death Knights that really just win you the game when you play them, the Warriors one doesn't necessarily do that. Game though. Top 500 Poggers.